सो नाउ अब हम लोग पढ़ेंगे नेचुरल हजार्ड्स एंड डिजास्टर्स इन इंडिया। सो एज जो कंट्री है बेसिकली it has various kinds of landforms. So because of all those activities it faces various kinds of disasters. So the reason behind why do we have lot many kinds of disasters in India? So it's because vast variety in geological structure. Just because we have lot many kinds of variety, like we have the peninsular plateaus here, we have here the Himalayan region, the plains, the coastal plains and hilly regions. So all these regions cause many kinds of natural hazards and disasters in India. So like some important which usually happens are earthquake, tsunami, next is tropical cyclone, and we have like landslide, we have droughts, we have flood. So these are main some disasters which usually happen in India. So let's study these in details and why and how these disasters occur in India and in which parts of the India these mainly happens. So first one we will see about the earthquake. जो earthquake है it is basically the most unpredictable and highly destructive. So earthquake, if we study about it, so it is most unpredictable and highly destructive. Natural hazards and disasters in India. So we have studied about the introduction. Now we are reading about the second topic. So earthquake, in this one it is most unpredictable and highly destructive compared to other disasters like tsunami, droughts, landslide, flood and so many others like cyclone. So how these basically happens and what cause behind it is, so there are some natural causes and there are some man activities or human activities which cause earthquake to happen. So human activities, so natural में है basically one landslide and we have tectonic tectonic movements, or basically the movements of plates, and this is the main reason behind the earthquakes which usually happens. And one is volcanic eruption, and if we see for the human activities, so in this one mining is one of the region, and regions like nuclear explosion. So these are some important human activities which basically cause for the earthquake. So जो natural cause है basically जो tectonic, that plays a very important role to this earthquake to happen. So the main reason behind it, tectonic, or can say the normal movement, tectonic movement of plates. So what happens in our earth? In the beginning of the time, we had one big plate, and that floats on the liquid, and later on this plate got divided due to the movements of these plates and the endogenic and exogenic forces. So when these plates collide again to each other during the movement, so they release large amount of energy. So if two plates, if they collide with each other, they release large amount of energy. That basically causes the earthquake to happen. So टेक्टोनिक मूवमेंट्स के कारण जो अर्थक्वेक होता है, it happens due to the enormous amount of release of enormous amount of energy. So the effect because of this earthquake is much larger and dangerous compared to the others caused by the volcanic eruption, or maybe the landslide, or man activities like mining and all. So the effect because of this is much higher. So what happened, as usually in our country we face lot many earthquakes every year, like especially in the northeast region we face the earthquake approximately in every month, or can say in at least in every 2 months we face the earthquake, especially in northeast region. So क्या हुआ कि जो नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट और नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, this was later on made, and they studied nearly 1200 earthquake. They did the intense study of these 1200 earthquakes happened in India. So what they did, they finally concluded with this कि in what are the regions they come under high risk zones, and what are the regions which face the earthquake rarely, basically. So after this intense study, they finally divided the India into 5 different earth risk zones, sorry, earthquake risk zones. So the first one, they simply divided in very high damage risk zone. Second one, they divided into high damage risk zone. Then third one is moderate damage risk zone. The fourth one is low damage risk zone, and the last one is very low damage risk zone. So they basically divided the earth into 5 categories to study about. After studying about approximately 1200 earthquakes, they did very intense study regarding it. So if we see in map, so what are the regions comes under this? जो very high or intense so the first one है very high damage risk zone, that basically covers the Himalayan region. Himalayan region near to something like this. It's just because why do we face lot many earthquakes in Himalaya? क्योंकि क्या हुआ, when जब Indian plate when it got dismembered from Australian plate, and when it collided with Asian or can say Eurasian plate, during that time these Himalayas were formed. So these are still under the construction and under the effect of endogenic and exogenic forces. So because of those endogenic and exogenic forces, they still, because of that, they face the earthquakes frequently, and they face of very high damage or can say the very large magnitude of earthquake they frequently face. It's just because they are young youth and they are still under construction. So this region basically comes in high or very high damage risk zone. The second one, some part of it is present in Gujarat also, of this very high damage risk zone. And other than that, all the region of northeast covering from this one and the region near to the Rajasthan, some part here, and some part to the peninsular region. If we leave this region comes under sorry, This region basically comes under high damage risk zone. So it covers all the northeast part, some part of in peninsular region like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. So all these regions comes under high damage risk zone. Other than that, we have the moderate risk zones. These are also near to these only. Here. Some part of the northern plains, then the Deccan Plateau basically, and some area here. This comes under modern damage risk zones, and all other part comes under low damage risk zone and very low damage risk zone. So basically we need to consider the very high damage risk zone and high damage risk zones, and we need to take care of those places because there we face high amount of damage when this earthquake occurs. So due to these earthquakes, we face many kind of damages on the ground, on the man-made construction areas, and even in the sea or can say water. So what kind of basically effects caused because of or effects of earthquake? So all those vulnerable places, the meaning of this word is nothing but the risk of damage is high. So vulnerable areas, in all these areas we face so many effects, like on ground we face landslide. Landslide basically occurs in hilly regions, so the mountainous and this northeast hilly region, and this liquefaction, that means basically in some part due to this the liquid comes out from downside of the earth. So the liquid means sometimes hot water vapors or maybe lava from volcanic places. So liquefactions में ये होता है. And similarly for the man-made places, in that also this earthquake affects. So in man-made places, so like घरों में क्रैकिंग हो जाती है, सड़कें बेसिकली जो हैं वो खिसक जाती हैं, the sliding of roads, the cracks in the roads, the homes, and collapse also if it is of high magnitude, or if it is made of can say soil or मिट्टी के घर basically, they basically collapse with a small magnitude of earthquakes also. And similarly in the water also, this earthquake affects. So on water we face the hydrodynamic pressure. Sometimes because of this earthquakes we face the tsunami also, and sometimes the flood also occurs in this because of that. So like and these basically maybe all these may be chain effects. They may cause for the chain effects also. So what does that chain effects means? So let's understand it with an example. So जो earthquake होता है, so especially in the hilly regions, there mostly landslide occurs. Due to this earthquake, the landslide occurs. So what happens? Sometimes these landslides near to the river region, they basically blocks the course of river. So agar it will simply block the course of river, so river water has to flow. So rivers basically change their path, and if that region is high population region, so maybe that river may pass through the populated area and flood will occur, and because of that flood we may have the many problems because of the stagnant waters, like then we will have the diseases, we will face other different kinds of damages. So this is basically a kind of chain effect. So अब इस earthquake, so basically we can't stop this earthquake, but we may have some of the processes to minimize the damages because of it. So that is called the mitigation. Mitigation is nothing but to minimize the damages through some processes. So mitigation, so under it what happen? We can make the earthquake monitoring centers. So what does that earthquake monitoring centers means? They basically study the nature of earth plates with the help of GPS and the movements of earth plates, and they may have they simply not see the movements of plates, but they do use some technologies to study the movements of plates, and with that they predict about the earthquakes and there may be magnitude, the earthquakes and their magnitude basically. So we can install and we can make some of the earthquake monitoring centers, especially in the high risk zone area, high damage risk zone area, and they will study about it and they may inform to the population regarding it. And we may also basically, especially in the high or very high damage risk zone, so especially in those places we can avoid the higher building construction, क्योंकि जो हायर बिल्डिंग्स होती हैं they may easily collapse because of earthquake compared to the lower buildings, and we may use we may adopt the earthquake resistant designs to make our homes. So we can make the smaller homes. We may have the root of the home very strong to avoid this, and some of the processes which especially mitigate the damage of the earthquake. And we can use the light material to make our homes. Light material. So these are some mitigation processes to avoid the damage, or can say the large damage because of the earthquake. So this is all about it, and we will now see the second one, that is tsunami.